Welcome to World Team Tennis Smash Hits.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're so excited. We're going to have the best time, and we hope you do too.
He's a pop culture icon. She's a tennis legend. Sir Elton John and Billie Jean King. 40 years of friendship, and today, for the 24th time, they bring their shared love for music and sports together to benefit one very worthy cause. And with them, some of the great champions of the game: John McEnroe, Martina Navratilova, Andy Roddick, Maria Sharapova, and others, all looking to give back to a sport that is given to them. A charity tennis event for AIDS awareness and research returns to Caesars Palace under the bright lights of the Las Vegas Strip. It's World Team Tennis Smash Hits, next. From the electric beauty of the Las Vegas Strip and the majestic grounds of Caesars Palace, World Team Tennis Smash Hits. Team Billie Jean King versus Team Elton John. Hi everyone, I'm Leif Shirus, and welcome to the entertainment capital of the world. World Team Tennis Smash Hits on the Las Vegas Strip. Tonight, music and tennis and charity come together for a wonderful cause, thanks in a large part to Billie Jean King and Sir Elton John, legendary stars, great friends, and they're courtside with Luke Jensen.
The heart and soul of World Team Tennis Smash Hits. Billie Jean King, what does this mean to you?
Well, it means so much to us. Our 24th year. Ilana Kloss and I've been on the board since '92 when Elton started it, and it's been an amazing ride. And you know, we just want to keep raising money for AIDS and helping others, and trying to get governments to cure AIDS. You know, get behind it, trying to help prevention, education, all the things to help the world a better place, and kind of spread the love and the care that we care about. And this match signifies that. We have men and women equally on the team, trying to help each other and winning a match, but it's really all about the Elton John AIDS Foundation and AIDS.
Now, the series is very close. One match separates you, and I know you guys are competitive.
Well, we are.
It's really energized tonight. What do you see?
Well, I always think we're going to win. I always go in thinking we're going to win. Elton thinks he's going to win. We're really competitive, but afterwards we kiss, make up, and we have fun because we know it's something much bigger than ours. And it's great that Maria's back. We've got Taylor Johnson, who's 16 years old. This is like so new to her. It's really fun to see her respond. You know, we got McEnroe, Philippoussis on the team. I love my team. They're great guys and great women, and so I'm really lucky to have these people here. And we're so fortunate to have all the players here because, you know, they come for nothing, don't charge us. A lot of times athletes will charge. They never charge us, so we're really lucky. And I know Elton really appreciates it, and I appreciate it.
Celebrate the night. Enjoy.
Yeah, we're going to celebrate no matter what because it's full. It's great for
So Sir Elton John courtside, getting ready for tonight's action. Looking forward to seeing his contributions tonight. And I'm joined in the booth by a former world number one, Mark Knowles. Mark, great to have you along. And interestingly enough, we've got 5 former world number ones on the court tonight. An amazing turnout. They turn out for Billie Jean and Sir Elton. But you've got Maria Sharapova and John McEnroe. Pretty impressive lineup.
Well, you've got 4 of the greatest competitors the sport's ever seen. You mentioned McEnroe, also Sharapova, and also Navratilova and Roddick. So 5 former world number ones. They played in some great venues, but this venue has got to be one of the best we've seen.
Yeah, a chance to look at the Wilson lineups. It's an impressive list. Remember, we'll have plenty of fun tonight. It's going to be serious tennis. Billie Jean and Sir Elton, they like to win. Here's what Team Billie Jean King looks like. John McEnroe alongside the scud, the big Australian Mark Philippoussis. Maria Sharapova, first time she's been on a tennis court in some time. And the young American Taylor Johnson making her smash hits a debut.
And Team Elton looks very strong. Fish and Roddick, they're longtime pals, so it's going to be a great team. And you know they're going to play very strong the entire way, and it's going to be really a lot of competition and a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, and that's right. It's so much about having fun tonight, but knowing Billie and Elton, these guys want to win, so there will be some serious moments as well.
Yeah, Team Elton leads 12-11 as Luke found out, and so there's going to be a lot of competition out there, and Team Billie will be looking to tie things up.
All right, so glad you could be with us here. World Team Tennis Smash Hits, and look who's featured. Our first matchup tonight, women's doubles, and it's Maria Sharapova. World Team Tennis Smash Hits, presented by Citi, is brought to you by Caesars, reimagining Vegas for 5 decades. By Geico. At Geico, you have a choice of 3 ways you could save on car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Go online to geico.com or stop by the Geico office nearest you. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. And by the Citi Double Cash Card, the cashback card that means what it says. A spectacular evening in Las Vegas, just along the Strip. World Team Tennis Smash Hits, presented by Citi. Team Billie Jean King taking on Team Sir Elton John. Can't forget that he is a Sir, and here's a reminder of the lineups. Team Elton John, well, he's trying to go for number 13 and stay ahead of Billie Jean in their battle. And Fish and Roddick will be the men's doubles team there. Andy Roddick playing singles, Roddick and Navratilova in the mixed.
Real special lineup, especially with that men's doubles. Fish and Roddick played together so often. McEnroe, Philippoussis, a lot of power there and finesse. And then men's singles, Philippoussis and Roddick, they play each other a lot on the senior tour. And then to finish things off, McEnroe, Sharapova should be fantastic against Roddick and Navratilova.
Yeah, you want to stay with us for that one. McEnroe alongside Sharapova. Very interesting. Here's a reminder of the format. The teams, remember, 4 sets of doubles tonight. Men's singles, mixed doubles, men's and women's doubles. The sets marker to 5 games, so it happens quickly. Tiebreaker at 4-all.
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure, and you see that 9-point tiebreaker at 4-all, so things can get real close, and also the home team coach gets to select the order of play, which is very important when you start talking about service and when the men will serve.
And Sir Elton John, he's playing in Caesars, this beautiful setup here, so he is the home coach tonight. Remember, no ad scoring, 3 points all. They'll play a single point to decide it. Each game counts to the total score, and coaches can substitute. Always interesting. And lets her in play.
Lets her in play,
That's
which is
a tough adjustment,
Which is big in doubles, especially because the person at the net can come across and hit that ball. Something that doesn't happen often, but when it does, it's very exciting.
Women's double starts now.
So Andy and Mardy know each other so well. Davis Cup teammates. In fact, they were roommates. Mardy living at Andy's house back in Florida when they were just in high school. Liezel Huber serving alongside Martina.
1-0.
Good to see Liezel Huber back out on the court. Former world #1. Is actually going to come back and play the Australian Open in 2017. She's just recovering, had knee surgery about 2.5 weeks ago, so good to see her back on the court so quickly.
Nice volley there. You can see why she was a former world #1. 53 career doubles titles. So accomplished as a player, now residing down to Houston, Texas.
Really nice hands there from the youngster. Got to be pretty special for her to be out on the court playing doubles alongside Maria Sharapova, one of the legends of the game, against probably the ultimate legend right there, Martina Navratilova.
And again, Liezel likes that forehand up the line. She had a little bit of time to work with.
She has terrific volleys, great hands around the net, really knows her way around the doubles court. Plays very intelligent tennis on the doubles court.
Good high bouncing serve.
There you go, first game for Team
So the first game, Team Elton John. It's interesting to watch team tennis because oftentimes singles players thrust into the doubles. We don't see Maria Sharapova on the doubles court much.
Yeah, it's real special to see her out on the doubles court, obviously. Probably because she's so busy winning singles titles, she doesn't have time to play doubles, which is a good problem to have. But I wonder if she would have ever thought about playing a little bit more just to develop other aspects of her game.
1-0. Eyes open.
This is Taylor Johnson, current ITF rank 27, a very promising American junior. Trains down in Palm Springs. Trains also
1-all.
at the Ramp Tennis Academy, StubHub Center.
You gotta love the fact that she's lefty. Nice little service motion there. Terrific point there. Terrific first serve, started things off. Huber got the return down low, and then a lot of reflex volleys here. A couple angles created. Huber with a nice smart lob here, but look at this shot from young Taylor Johnson.
She handled those low volleys well. You can see the talent, the promise she has. She's an all-court player, really. Another volley that lands in. Sharapova this time.
Nice hands there from Maria at the net. Great reflex volley. Gets the lob over the head of Martina Navratilova there.
She hit that off serve well. Missed it just a little wide.
Leaf, you mentioned that young Taylor Johnson, good all-court player, but sometimes it takes a little bit longer to develop. Reminds me a little bit of Taylor Townsend, the lefty, who has a lot of skill. Still trying to find her way. What's the most effective way for her to play and be most successful? So sometimes it takes a little bit longer when you've done an all-court game.
He resides in Redondo Beach, California. Good serve and a good first volley. Johnson takes care of her serve, and that has to feel good to make contributions like that.
Great service game to come out in this environment at that young of age. Surely she must be feeling a few nerves, but a great service game to hold serve there.
Martina Navratilova is third.
Wow, look at that. 167 career singles titles. No, that's not a misprint, ladies and gentlemen. And the incredible thing about Martina Navratilova, obviously one of the greatest players we've ever seen, but still very competitive. Plays in the senior events at the US Open at Wimbledon and still loves to compete. Really speaks volumes for the passion she still has for the game of tennis.
18 singles Grand Slam titles. And that one floated long.
I think I'm the only person. I played mixed doubles with her at Wimbledon one year. We lost in the quarterfinals. I think it's the only time she hasn't won a tournament.
Well, I'm pretty sure, well, I think she beat me 3 times at Wimbledon in the mixed. I stopped playing mixed.
Needless to say, she didn't ask me to play again. It's like quarterfinals, not quite good enough.
She wasn't asking me. Not too bad.
2-1. Come on, folks, put your hands together for Martina Navratilova.
She's a little saddened by that.
Go, Martina. Here we go.
Right on top of the net.
Great action at the net.
Great hands there from Martina.
3-1.
No surprise. One thing that's always stood out to me about Navratilova at the net is she continues to move forward. Not afraid to continue to close after the first volley. I think we could say that's probably a lost art in women's tennis these days. We don't see too many players serving volley
Team Elton
anymore.
leads 2-1.
Yeah, that's a game really in the modern era played from the back of the court, and they come to the net really as an afterthought, but oftentimes the groundies are good enough that you can get in. There's Maria Sharapova, certainly a purveyor of powerful, aggressive baseline game. Does it as good as anyone in the world. Off the net cord there, Huber couldn't handle it.
You see Maria there choosing to serve and stay back, use those powerful ground strokes, a little bit more comfortable, obviously, from the baseline. You see 5-time Grand Slam champion and a career Grand Slam champion as well.
Yeah, that's so impressive, isn't it? Oh, yes, wonderful exchange. Hoover doesn't miss too many volleys up at the net. Great hands.
Big serve there from Sharapova.
Great serve from Maria Sharapova.
Interesting though, she'll be back playing in April. That would be right at the heart of the clay court season. Interesting that at the start of her career, she didn't really like playing on clay. Now she has 2 Roland Garros titles. How do you explain that?
Incredible, really. When she won that first Wimbledon title at the age of 17, we thought she's going to win a lot of Wimbledon titles. We didn't quite foresee her doing well on the red clay, but really speaks volumes for how much she's dedicated herself to her movement and developing a little bit more spin on the ground strokes. The consummate professional, really.
Yeah. And I guess thinking is, you know, she has a little more time on the clay, and boy, I'm not sure anyone hits the ball as hard and as cleanly as she does in the women's game.
Just missing there. Beautiful angle on the first forehand. Tried to hit the same shot there, just missing wide. But when you think about red clay, you think about grit and determination. That's what you get with Maria Sharapova. She has tremendous grit.
Oh, yes. Taylor Johnson finishing it off for Team Billie Jean King. We're just underway. The women's doubles 2 games all.
You remember when I played tennis with you in Philadelphia many years ago when World Team Tennis started?
Yes.
And I said I'd write a song for you.
Yep, you
and
sure
we did.
did.
So this is a song I wrote for Billie, which became a hit. So that's why I still play it.
Well, a wonderful friendship has culminated in this wonderful event tonight. Elton John and Billie Jean King doing such a wonderful job for charity and the love of tennis as well, combining to do so many wonderful things. The pinball wizard and one of the great tennis champions of all time, a real pioneer in women's tennis. So we're watching the women's doubles. I'm Leaf alongside Mark. So glad you could be with us. Luke Jensen is down courtside, and he's going to be a part of our show, talking to some of the folks courtside. 5 world #1s a part of the show tonight, and 6 if you include Mark Knowles, the man sitting alongside me.
Thank you, Leaf.
You got it. And Luke Jensen is down courtside with a very special guest.
Andy, those are some kicking sneakers. Tell us all about those.
I'm a big fan of America, Luke.
Well, you have like one left. This is from the trophy case.
I'm running out. I actually was fully out, and a couple of my buddies found 2 pairs in one of their closets somewhere and graciously donated them back, so they're back.
So talk about this women's doubles match. Lots of quick reactions.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's fun to watch Martina. I mean, just what she's able to do with a racket. I mean, that's you know, time is undefeated except with Martina Navratilova, you know.
You've played a lot of smashes. You've played a lot of World Team Tennis. What makes this event so special?
Well, it's great. I mean, first it starts with team tennis, and this event starts with Billie Jean King, and then with Elton John getting on board. And you know, the cause is bigger than the matches. It's bigger than any one person who's here. So I think it's my 12th year now, or something crazy like that. But I feel lucky to be invited every time.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck.
All right, thank you, Luke.
Back to you, Leaf.
All right, thanks, Luke. And Andy Roddick, such a generous person himself with the Andy Roddick Foundation. He's also got a very philanthropic side that does great things.
Yeah, Andy's one of those players who truly gets it, speaks so well. He's had the Andy Roddick Foundation for 15 years now, making a difference down in Austin, Texas. And he talked about how he was inspired by Andre Agassi before him.
So there's a game for Huber and Navratilova, 3-2. Of course, I asked the silly question of one of our WTT colleagues, and I said, what team is Andy Roddick going to be on? And he said, Andy's always on Sir Elton John's team.
Sir Elton, for sure.
That's right. Elton John sang at his wedding. They're great friends. They go back a long way together.
They have a real special relationship, stay in touch throughout the year. Elton has also been, Sir Elton's been so generous to Andy with his foundation as well.
How good is that move?
Huber still has the hands. 2 children later, still hasn't lost it. Has 2 young sons. But Elton John has played a few times at Andy Roddick's foundation. He has a nice gala dinner. So these 2 gentlemen know each other well.
Pretty good return there from Navratilova. She pulls that forehand cross court. Left-handers never seem to hit a ball in a straight line. They always seem to have a little curl to it, a little spin.
A little extra movement. Just wide, but that's a pretty big first serve.
I tell you, Maria made a nice move there. She went right back to congratulate Taylor. Rich Yarlott in the chair. I'm not sure he's not going to listen.
Rich says no.
There's Rich.
You know, Martina's not going to give anything away. She's
When it comes
adamant.
to you don't want to give away charity on the line calls.
No, she's adamant that was wide, but it's going to go down as an ace for the young Taylor Johnson.
I know Taylor's played a lot of important junior matches, won the Orange Bowl, but this is probably the biggest crowd she's ever played in front of.
1-3.
All right, folks, come on, put your hands together. Let's get a little support here for Taylor Johnson and Maria Sharapova. Team Billie Jean King, we need this. Here we go. 1-3.
All right. A little bit of trouble. That's the play. Sharapova sensing that she needed to get out there, and she did.
That was a nice move there by Maria. Moving forward, intercepting that return. That's the important thing in doubles. You've got to be active at the net. Help your partner out on their serve.
And another good return. I mean, Navratilova has such great hands. One of the greatest doubles players of all time. So good at seeing, finding that channel cross court with the return.
Okay, Team Elton.
So that's 4-2 for Team Elton. What does she do well on the return, Mark?
Well, look, she moves forward. Her first movement cuts off the angle. That's so important on the return of serve, to take the right angle. Uses the pace well. Really incredible that she still has the ability to move so forward on the return.
There have only been 3 people on the women's side who won all 4 Grand Slams in the singles, doubles, and mixed doubles. And Martina Navratilova is one of them. Pretty impressive, isn't that? Margaret Court and Doris Hart.
If you're a Billie Jean King fan, they need your help right now. Let's hear it.
Billie Jean barking out some instructions there to her team.
That is so good. How about the return?
Terrific return. Got it down low. Martina did a good job creating a little bit of an angle volley off of that shot, but Maria there too quickly dealt with it nicely.
There's a collector's item. Unforced error on the volley. And spending a bit of time with Maria Sharapova before, we did some interviews and said hello to everyone. I mean, she seemed to be in such great spirits to be back, a part of things.
Yeah, she's so happy to be back. Before the event, she was downstairs with Andy Roddick and Philippoussis and Fish. They were talking a lot. She was just happy to be part of it again. Been away from the game for quite some time. Great hands there from Taylor Johnson once again. Set up by a good return. John McEnroe's got to love what he's seeing. A lefty that's comfortable at the net.
A lefty who volleys well. Remember this name, Taylor Johnson, looking very sharp. She's made some nice contributions tonight. Yep. Got to keep it away from Hoover, though. She's too good at the net. So here's a deciding point.
Remember, in World Team Tennis, at 3-all, you play a deciding point where the returner gets to choose which side, and Maria Sharapova is going to choose to take this return. Wow, Huber.
What a great volley that was. So the opening set, the women's doubles, goes to Team Elton John. So the piano man, well, he's playing the right notes so far. He's got a nice team. That's a good start for his side.
That was an impressive performance there from Liezel and Martina. Great hands at the net, both volleys so well. In the end, it got them the victory.
So let's go down to courtside with Luke.
Thanks, Leaf. Liezel, this combination's not bad. A couple of #1s in the world took over, especially worked the junior over.
Oh, we were just joking before that we're almost 100 combined and the team we're playing against is 50, so we should be allowed 2 bounces. But it was so much fun, seriously, playing with Martina. We played ages ago, but she's still in top form.
Now, Martina, what makes World Team Tennis special to you? You played singles, doubles, mixed, but this format really shines for you.
Well, when I used to play, you could only play 2 out of the 3 sets. I couldn't play mixed, so I missed that. But I love the format, equal for men and women, and it's such a team spirit because every single game counts. You can't ever relax, so I love it. I'm all in.
Your team's fired up.
We were totally fired up. Go Team Elton!
Back to you, Leaf.
Thanks, girls. Folks, if you hold on to those tennis balls, you can get an autograph later.
So 5-2 for Team Elton. Next up, it's the men's doubles. You don't want to miss this. John McEnroe's a part of it. A look at this spectacular setting at Caesars Palace for World Team Tennis Smash Hits. Men's doubles is up next. Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, The Undefeated presents A Conversation with the President, Sports, Race, and Achievement. A one-hour student forum with President Obama from North Carolina A&T State University in Greensboro. Our own Stan Verrett joins the president for frank discussions about the opportunity gaps faced by boys and young men of color, the role historically black colleges and universities play in America, social activism among athletes, and more. Tuesday at 10 Eastern on ESPN, streaming live on the ESPN app and watch ESPN. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to this here as well. Men's doubles featuring this man, Sean McEnroe, playing for Team Billie Jean King. Andy Roddick is playing alongside Mardy Fish for Team Elton John. Here's a look at well, some notable events at Caesars Palace. How about the Allen King Classic? It was a wonderful professional event for so many years. The players loved it. It ran out of steam in '85, but a wonderful part of the tennis community here. We've had Davis Cup matches here. How about the Jimmy Connors Martina Navratilova challenge match in '92? If you remember that, Mark, Navratilova was able to use half the alley. She had slight advantage there. And of course, the historic Connors challenge matches with Laver, Newcomb, Orantes, and Nastasi. It's a great spot for tennis.
Yeah, I think that Connors Navratilova challenge match, I think we need to bring something like that back.
So
many people come up to me and want to know, hey, where does Serena measure up with the men? I'd love to see us create some type of event that brought that to the forefront.
And I was here for that match. I believe Jimmy got one serve. Martina had to use half the alley. And Martina said it was a difficult challenge for her to get used to taking advantage of that, right? Because she could only play sort of into the singles line.
Yeah. Stuff like that makes it so exciting. Connors winning that match against Navratilova.
Yeah, that was an intense, wonderful event. I mean, I'd love to see Maria Sharapova play John McEnroe.
That would be nice. Well, we started things off there with an ace with Mark Philippoussis. No surprise. The Scud. That's his nickname. Still brings it. 11 career singles titles, Leaf.
Great player. I mean, Wimbledon final, U.S. Open final. Lost to Roger Federer in that Wimbledon final. A couple of Davis Cup titles for Oz. Absolutely wonderfully talented player.
It was interesting. I asked Philippoussis about that final against Federer, and he said, yeah, the interesting thing about that final is I felt that I was kind of the favorite because he felt he had a better grass court game at the time. Obviously, we didn't know Roger Federer was going to be Roger Federer, but things didn't go so well that day for the Scud.
Boy, that overhead didn't go so well.
And John is not happy. John scratching his head. Air Philippoussis has not arrived yet in Las Vegas. I spoke to Mardy Fish before the event saying that's a tough doubles match you and Andy have tonight. He guaranteed a victory.
Oh.
So it's all on his shoulders right there, Mardy Fish.
Sorry.
Andy does such a good job of getting the crowd involved. A little bit of banter getting in Philippoussis' head early here.
All right, if you're a Team Elton fan, let's hear it right now.
Now what's that conversation going on? I'm going to hit an ace here?
Yeah, Philippoussis telling McEnroe where he's going to serve, and there's a high probability it's not coming back.
Game. Team Billie Jean.
And a smart serve there from Philippoussis, staying away from the Fish backhand. Fish possesses one of the best two-handed backhand returns that I've seen.
So you can see from the scoreline, every game counts to the total game score. 4 events tonight after the men's doubles. It's men's singles and mixed doubles. So each game counts. You've got to win games, and ultimately, if you can, win events, win sets.
Andy not liking the signals he's getting from Mardy here, shaking him off.
And Philippoussis has a wonderful serve, but Andy Roddick is really the rocket man, isn't he?
Yeah, he has such a great serve, but also it's such a dependable serve. We've seen him come up with the goods time and time again throughout his career.
2-0.
Fish, Roddick, a little bit of advantage here. They played together. They won 2 titles on the ATP World Tour. Their biggest one being back in 2009, Indian Wells, a big event.
Wow.
They won it together.
Man, won a few singles titles as well. Oh, McEnroe left a little early.
3-0.
He's got a second serve. So the fans were disappointed that didn't go in.
Heavy kicking serve there from Roddick.
And Roddick obviously known for the pace that he could produce, but he had a tremendous kick on that serve. Kicked like a mule.
Yeah, sometimes you almost prefer to try to return the first serve because the second serve could really get up high.
Ladies and gentlemen, John McEnroe is third. Come on.
That good serve setting up his partner up at the net. And for a long time, John McEnroe was, well, the best doubles player in the world. And the best doubles team was whoever he was playing with at the time. 17 Grand Slam titles, 9 of them coming in doubles.
Incredible. Won so many with Peter Fleming, but also won one with Mark Woodford and also Michael Steek at Wimbledon in an epic 5-setter against Jim Grab and Richie Renenberg, which was played over 2 days.
Was it, what, 1917, right, in the fifth?
McEnroe ended his first career with 77 career doubles titles, but elected to come back years later with Jonas Bjorkman and add another one to get up to 78 career doubles titles. Had 77 in singles. So he might need to come back in singles to kind of level that out.
Oops. Yeah, you combine those two numbers, and that's a record that's not going to be equal any time. Singles and doubles combination.
I'm going to say never.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable going on record with that one. You know, he really used, as you know, Leaf, he used doubles as his practice. Really enjoyed playing doubles. Felt like it really helped his singles game.
Great serve.
Obviously with the demands now in singles, not only on the court, but also off the court. A lot of fans don't realize these guys have so much press, so many activities that they do after their matches. It's very hard to do both at a very high level.
3-2.
That's definitely Philippoussis' fault.
Well, there are 2 forehands down the middle. What happens in that case, Mark? I mean, you're a doubles expert.
Yeah, that's tough. There, quite frankly, that was Philippoussis' ball. He's got to be moving towards the middle. John has to protect the line there, but a well-hit forehand there from Fish. Nice direction up the middle. Good play in doubles.
That time, so Philippoussis does make a nice contribution there with the volley. So Team Billie Jean trying to cut into the deficit.
6 games to 4.
Team Billie Jean is up 2-1.
so exciting World Team Tennis format. The different styles that we see out here on the court. As you mentioned, the cumulative scoring makes every game so important. Philippoussis has landed at Caesars. I'm not sure he meant to create such an extreme angle on that overhead, but it worked. Oh, definitely a little bit of frame there, Lee.
A little bit of frame. He'll take it, though.
Nonetheless.
It still counts, right?
Definitely.
Okay. Such a good return from Johnny Mac.
I was talking to Mardy Fish right before the match, and I said, that's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to hit that kicker up to Mac's forehand. He's going to hit it at your feet, and you're going to do that double-handed half volley, and it's not going to work. McEnroe does such a good job of still getting the return down low.
As high as 7 in the world. Mardy Fish. Excellent Davis Cup competitor for the U.S. He won some huge matches. A couple I remember down in South America. I think he won 3 in Colombia.
Yep.
3 matches.
He and Pete Sampras, I believe, and I would assume John McEnroe's on that list. Short list of people who have won all 3 matches to help their country.
So Mardy Fish amping up the speed. Now, when John McEnroe came out on the court earlier tonight, check out the emblem he had on his warm-up jacket, Knowlesy.
A little Rafa Nadal, not coaching Raonic anymore. Could there maybe be something there, Lee?
Oh, yeah, no Canadian flag. He's going with Rafa.
Wow.
Interesting. Yeah. We have it for you here tonight.
Lefties stick together, right, Lee?
Yeah.
Ooh. Fish reaches back a little bit more hop on that kick serve.
Oh, that was vintage. Mardy Fish, former top 10er, looking like his old self. 7-4. On the Strip in Las Vegas with World Team Tennis Smash Hits. A spectacular evening. So glad you could be with us. Now, before the evening started, obviously the introductions, there was a celebrity match featuring Andy Roddick and Maria Sharapova taking on Martina, Navratilova, and Sir Elton John. One of the best exchanges of this match. Andy and Maria looking tough.
News 3 and the CW.
And running Roddick, running him ragged.
They had some fantastic points. Elton John loves that forehand, hits the forehand right there up the line past Roddick. No answer from Roddick on this one.
Oh, yeah.
Still loves his tennis.
All right, so back at the men's doubles, 2 games all. Mark Philippoussis on the far side. He'll tee it up. The Stars are out tonight in Vegas, aren't they, Mark?
They are. Mike.
Check out who's in the house. Oh.
Wow.
Mike Tyson.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson. Las Vegas resident, loves tennis. His daughter plays tennis. Spoke to him here last year. Said his daughter really loves the game, so he follows it.
All right, so the double fault, but that'll give us a quick chance to go down courtside to Luke Jensen. Luke is with Maria.
Maria, welcome to Vegas. You have a long history of World Team Tennis when you first started out on the pro circuit.
I did. I played World Team Tennis as a teenager, way before I won my first Grand Slam.
I think we're good. Okay, we're good, yeah.
We're good. Yeah, so after that experience, I actually went on to win a tournament in Canada, and I thought it was the best thing I could have done. It was 2.5 weeks of traveling, playing matches. It gave me so much great experience. It's tough, but teaches you so many things.
Now, you got a young player in Taylor Johnson in the women's doubles. What were the messages to her?
Well, I think this was my first time meeting her this afternoon. Obviously, it's a big occasion for her, and also for me. I haven't been out on the court for a while, so I think for both of us, it was just to have a lot of fun and to have a few laughs and to compete out there.
And finally, mixed doubles with John McEnroe. You got to be pretty nervous.
A lot of things on the line there. I think I played with McEnroe many years ago at World Team Tennis, actually in Newport Beach. So this will be a nice little 10-year reunion. You know, we're always excited what he's going to bring to the table every single day, and you gotta love his energy and passion for the game. And it's great to be out here next to all of them.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Leif.
All right, thanks, Luke. Thanks, Maria. Philippoussis trying to fight off a couple break points. Came big right down Main Street there with an ace. All right, Mardy Fish has got a second serve to work with. Where will Mark go with this one?
You should try to go to the forehand.
Oh, double fault.
That's a vital break there.
Oh boy, is it.
The big serving Philippoussis with McEnroe at the net. Figured that was probably their best formation, but the break for Roddick and Fish. Roddick will now serve with a 3-2 lead. That goes just long. Tried the high defensive lob.
Fix is in.
Oh, Mac tried to massage that.
Not happy with it. Has tremendous touch still. I don't know if any other player's talents will translate as well as John's has at his age. 57 years of age. Still plays a lot on the PowerShare Series Tour.
And if you notice, still using the leather grip.
But did switch rackets for so long. Used the Dunlop racket, now with head. Interesting, but you're right, leather grip, and I'm pretty sure he's still using all gut as well. Something that was much more prominent when you played, right, Leif? Everybody used gut. Now there's more of a hybrid gut with Luxilon to kind of mix the two.
Yeah, we were just going into the larger rackets, you know, so it went from gut to some sort of nylon blend because you were popping more strings, but now everyone is playing with sort of synthetics and Lux and Big Banger.
Adding more spin to their game that brings that ball, gets it up and down a lot quicker than all natural gut does.
That's, I think what's kind of fun about watching John is that he has a little bit of that old school sort of feel. And I think there are a lot of club players who play that way. It's hard to play with lots of spin and playing with the techniques of the modern game. McEnroe, 877 match wins. It's a big number. Only a handful of guys are at 800 or over.
The thing that amazes me the most about McEnroe, having grown up watching him as one of my idols when he and Borg used to play tremendous matches, is that he still serves so well. Leif, you obviously played against him. I wonder how his serve is compared to his prime. Obviously with technology, as you mentioned, with age, but he still gets great placement on it, good power.
I think he's over 105. You know, I think he can get some pace when he's warm. But with him in the era we played in, it was, you know, the location, the variety, and he was in the, you know, I think 115 to 120, which was big for that time.
Exactly. That extreme shoulder turn brings so much disguise to the serve.
Exactly. You didn't know where it was going. He was a great pitcher.
31.
Fish handling that wide lefty serve so well with that two-handed backhand. He has great control off that wing.
Some discussion that maybe that's.
Yeah, I said to Marty, "How are you hitting it?" He goes, "The tennis ball
or the golf ball."
Okay, he's an incredibly talented golfer, as are many of the guys, but
Yeah.
he's really good.
He's definitely the best tennis player golfer I've ever seen. Hits the ball extremely well. Lefty as well, plays lefty, so that two-handed backhand comes into play on the golf course. Nice hold there from McEnroe. It'll allow Mardy Fish to try to serve out this men's doubles set. McEnroe flexing a little bit. Mardy Fish, along with his beautiful wife Stacy, they're expecting their second child at the start of next month. Already have a baby boy, Beckett, having a girl second go around. So retirement's treating Mardy well.
Yeah,
also asked him about his anxiety disorder. Said he's really feeling a lot better, not having any problems.
Oh, exciting. That was great.
Yeah, Marty was asking us about possible names, right, for his daughter.
To get even at 4 all.
Did you have any for him, Leaf?
No, I did not. I had 2 boys, but I had a couple,
Just in case.
Yeah, no, just in case. And you?
We went with Presley. Our third one was
that's
a girl.
okay.
We liked that one. He said he was interested in Presley. I said he could. I said he could use it.
He said no, I'm not going to use it. Oh well. It started off with a brilliant return from McEnroe, and then it seemed like Fish and Roddick were scrambling.
Yeah, Fish elected to serve and stay back on that second serve. And you mentioned McEnroe's return is what set that point up. A nice deep return. And Fish was on the defensive right away.
Here we go.
Yeah, and even with these spinny, pacing serves against some younger players, he has such short swings, right? And he uses his body weight so well.
And the angle he takes to the return is spectacular. Takes it so early.
Great return. Fish handled it well.
Father time always takes away movement, but I don't think it's taken away any of the vision of McEnroe. He still sees the court extremely well. Great reaction still. He was disappointed with that return. Wanted to just try to get it back in play. Important moment of this double set.
Good deep return.
A little surprised that Fish chose to serve and stay back there, knowing he's got to hit a forehand. He's more comfortable on the ad side because usually he's going to hit a backhand with that first shot, but here's break point opportunities and 2 break points.
Out! 3-all. Game point.
John frustrated. Once again, missing that
All right,
backhand
game point
return.
right here, deciding
Philippoussis will take the deciding point here to try to keep this set alive.
Team Elton gets this, they will win the set. Big point right here.
He went with the heat down the tee, and he hit it right on the line. So that is the set.
Folks, Team Elton.
Team Elton John, they've taken the 2 opening sets now tonight. The women's doubles and the men's doubles. So this is what it looks like halfway through, 10-5.
Team Elton has a commanding lead, and you knew Fish and Roddick would be a tough out. Roddick serves so big, but Fish also serves extremely well.
All right, let's go down courtside to Luke.
Marty, you've had a lot of success with Andy on the tour, 2 wins, and it seems like it was no problem clicking right back into that teamwork.
Well, we had love 30 there, my serve games, both my serve games. It's it's actually on the net guy to take care of the serve guy, so it's his fault. He held easily, very easily when I was at the net, so you know, you should talk to him.
Is it fun playing with the energy so high?
Yeah, it's great. You know, Mardy and I, we sit on the bench and we're saying, you know, we've played a lot of cool places, but play in the middle of the Vegas Strip is pretty cool. You never know what's going to sneak up on you.
All right, back to you, Leaf.
All right, thanks very much. Thanks, guys. Congratulations, Team Elton John. And now it's men's singles coming up next on World Team Tennis Smash Hits. Big Mark Philippoussis taking on the Rocket Man, Andy Roddick. Caesars Palace spans 85 acres at the heart of the Las Vegas Strip and offers a total of 3,980 rooms and suites throughout 5 hotel towers. Celebrating its 50th golden anniversary, the evolution of Caesars Palace Las Vegas continues with the reimagining of the iconic hotel's original tower, the Roman Tower, which is completely reborn as the Julius Tower. The hotel tower renovation is part of a $1 billion investment, cementing Caesars Palace as the premier resort at the center of the Las Vegas Strip. Opening its doors in August 1966, Caesars Palace has hosted such acts as Elvis, Sammy Davis Jr., and Bing Crosby, just to name a few. Today is no exception, with Caesars celebrating music and entertainment in the Coliseum, hosting top performers Celine Dion, Rod Stewart, Elton John, Mariah Carey, Reba, and Brooks and Dunn. To match its eclectic lineup of performers, Caesars Palace offers a wide range of premier restaurants, with celebrity chef Gordon Ramsay's Pub and Grill, Mr. Chow's, and Chef Nobu introduces the largest Nobu restaurant in the world, located at the heart of Caesars Palace. And after dining, Caesars Palace offers an unparalleled nightlife experience with the Omnia nightclub with a high-energy main room and mezzanine showcasing panoramic views of the Las Vegas Strip. Caesars Palace, reimagining Vegas for 50 years.
Ready for play.
And they have been brilliant hosts again this year. The second World Team Tennis Smash Hits here in this fabulous destination. And now it's time for the men's singles. Mark Philippoussis and this man, the former world number 1, a U.S. Open champ, Andy Roddick.
One zero.
These guys have been playing each other a lot recently. They both play on the Power Share Series Tour, so they're pretty familiar with each other. Only played once on the ATP World Tour, surprisingly enough, and that was at Queen's Club, where Andy Roddick won in straight sets on the grass courts there.
I don't have this one, but he must have won that 3 or 4 times, right?
He won it 4 times.
4 times. Yeah. I think he's one of a select group.
There. Very comfortable there.
And Leighton Hewitt maybe at 4 times as well. McEnroe had a number of titles there. Queen's Club, they'll warm up before Wimbledon, and that's a nice easy hole to serve for Roddick.
They both serve extremely well. It usually comes down to who can get the most returns back in play. Roddick returns a little bit better, a little bit more consistency. Fish will look to, sorry, not Fish, Philippoussis will look to try to attack any second serves he may get. So I saw a quick shot of Fish there on the sideline with his cell phone. I think he's already tweeting out his doubles victory.
Does it count for points or prize money?
He wants back in.
Old pros never die. They want to keep playing. There he is. Marty, we're watching you. I'm going to tweet that. Such a great serve. I mean, this guy is a handful when he plays well. He comes at you with big free swinging power. He really has every shot in the book.
Complete player, no doubt. Sidelined by injuries so often throughout his career. Oh, what a pretty backhand up the line. Mark Philippoussis had 6 knee surgeries throughout his career, which unbelievable that he's even walking, yet alone playing tennis after 6 knee surgeries.
Team Billie Jean.
So Roddick tried to pull the trigger on the forehand, missed it in the alley. And that's what Billie Jean King's side needs. They need a nice set of tennis here from Mark Philippoussis to try and get their team back in it. There's Billie Jean King alongside Taylor Johnson. Boy, amazing how tennis reaches across the generations and how World Team Tennis makes that happen.
I remember when Mark Philippoussis came on the scene back in 1996 at the Australian Open in the 3rd round. He played Pete Sampras and beat him in straight sets. It was one of those night matches, and you were like, whoa, this guy is playing with some incredible power. Has so much power, but a big guy, very big guy. Had to lean out just to try to stay fit. I mentioned the knee surgeries. Sometimes it was just too much weight, putting too much strain on the knees.
Whoa, that's some serious firepower there.
And they have 2 entirely different service motions. Roddick is a lot quicker and more violent.
Wow. Game, Team Elton.
Impressive game from Roddick to get to 2-1.
Several people in the stands screaming out.
Now here is a look up at the Dre's Beach Club nightclub atop the Cromwell. And we've got a very special view from atop Dre's. I mean, this is incredible. And you can see the multicolored court that so distinguishes and defines World Team Tennis. Caesar's Palace, the big sign, the 85 acres of fun you have at this place.
1-0.
All right, well, Philippoussis gets a first point on the board. We'll go down to Luke Jensen, who's with a very special guest. Luke?
Yes, Leif, the heavyweight champion of the world. You are a tennis fan.
Yes. I got involved a few years after my daughter, Milan Tyson. She's 7 years old, but she's been playing for like 3 years, and she's won a couple of tournaments already, and she's become such an affectionate player. She loves being here, and that's why I'm here.
So you've been to the U.S. Open. You've been here last year. What's the biggest thing you try to, pick up when you're watching this?
This is pretty peculiar because I notice you try to anticipate where the ball's going to be before it's there, but then once you anticipate where the ball's going to be, it's not there anymore. It's like the ball is. Sometimes I see the ball go by and the guy doesn't even move. The ball goes so fast, your brain can't even react to the ball, and it's just amazing. It just seems like he's a zombie. You're standing there, and the ball passed, then he moves. After the ball passed, that's like a delayed knockout.
Thanks, champ.
Thank you.
Back to you, Leif.
That's right. That's what these guys do. They've got the knockout punches with the serves and the big forehand there from Philippoussis, who gets the 3-1.
Well, Iron Mike definitely knew a thing or two about anticipation. He had to know where the next blow was coming from, that's for sure. Stay out of the way of that. Good job there from Roddick to get that return back.
You're a Team Elton fan. Let's hear it for Andy Roddick right here. Come on.
Talked a little bit about their service motions. Philippoussis has a nice, long, fluid service motion, whereas Andy's is a lot quicker.
Oh, wonderful serve and volley tennis. So Mark Philippoussis keeping Team Billie Jean King in the mix here in the third event.
Agassi jumping in front of the Rocket Man, but Elton shows a very good backhand. Some nice volleys by Elton John. Look at the Rocket Man. And Agassi puts it away.
A great look back there. Andre Agassi doing a good job there, but boy, Elton was playing pretty well there, it looked like.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, Elton had a two-handed backhand there. He displayed a one-hander tonight, so
he's versatile.
Yeah. Maybe he's been watching a lot of Stan Wawrinka play, dropping that two-hander, trying to get the one-hander going.
Elton John, the $1 Million Piano, his second residency here at the Caesars Palace, and he has such great things to say about this sort of group working around him. Loves being here. Oh, that's a good ball there.
I had the pleasure of speaking with Sir Elton before the event, and he said he was so excited. This is the 24th edition, but next year he turns 70, and it's also going to be the 25th anniversary of this Elton John WTT smash hit. So passionate about this cause. Bringing these great tennis players together, but also raising tremendous funds for the Elton John AIDS Foundation throughout the world. Leaf, by the way, we showed that Dre's nightclub. What time does your bottle service start tonight?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I had breakfast at Starbucks this morning, and it was an interesting sort of comparison of pricing. There's a look at Dre's over there. I might consider it if you're going on halves with me. Uh-oh. Well, a couple of serves to get back in it, and a double fault now, 2 points all. And this is right in the heart of this 5-game set.
It'd be nice for Philippoussis to try to get a break here. Needs to improve that score line for Team Billie Jean. See, down 12-7 overall, but can still fight back. Oh, we love that play, don't we, Leaf? The chip in charge, something we don't see so often anymore, but that's what Philippoussis brings to the court. He's got a great all-around game. He can play attacking tennis, nice volleys at the net. Opportunity here for Philippoussis. Philippoussis just kind of jumped a little bit to the tee there, expecting Andy to serve this forehand. Now he's got the tough choice. Where does he go back to that ad side? He's going to go to the, he's not sure. He's looking to the bench.
Now look at this, a Geico timeout.
He's going to ask Billie Jean King. That's a smart man. That's what's so special. Billie Jean King is so involved in these matches. We talked about her competitive spirit.
I mean, you know Andy so well, and you know his game so well. Where do you think he's going with this first serve? I mean, he loves the tee, doesn't he? Loves Main Street, right?
Yeah, but you know, against Philippoussis, if he goes big tee, Philippoussis can block that back on the backhand side. The forehand, he's got to take that swing. He's not as comfortable, not as consistent. So I wouldn't be surprised if Roddick tries to slide it out wide here on the deuce side.
Wins this game.
Oh, and I was right.
Ooh.
I love that.
Yeah, that was a good call and a great serve.
Now, I'm not sure he would have gotten that back even if he had guessed forehand. That had so much angle on it. Tremendous serve there from Roddick.
All right, let's go down courtside to Luke.
With the legend, the master, John McEnroe. Break down the match so far.
Serve.
Serve, it's all serving.
You know, there's some altitude, the ball's kicking up. It's not a lot of good options for either player, especially when I was playing that doubles, trying to return these guys' serves. But it's fun to be here. It's a great cause. It's pretty wild to be on the Strip in Vegas and playing a tennis match. But it's awfully difficult to do anything with these guys' serves.
It looks like it's going to come down to your mixed doubles with Maria Sharapova.
I hope. Hopefully Mark will pull it together. If he pulls it out, we have a shot at this. I believe that Elton's 12-11 up, so Billie's been putting a lot of pressure on us. We got to pull it out. She's very into it, so we got to get our act together.
You've been committed to this charity for years. Why is it so important to you?
Well, Billie Jean's so passionate about so many things, but obviously tennis being at the forefront. She's been a trailblazer for so long. I met her at 16. Luke, at Mary Carrillo's house in Douglaston where we grew up, and she said then team tennis is something that she was passionate about. 40 years later, she's still here doing it with Elton, who wrote that song about 40 years ago. So the whole thing seems like it's full circle. It's still going.
Well, you got a big mixed doubles. Good luck.
I could use it. Thank you.
Back to you, Liev.
All right, thanks very much, guys. That's right, 1974. First season of World Team Tennis. The Denver Rockets beat the Philadelphia Freedoms. And the MVP of the league that year, Billie Jean King. And there she is. And trailblazer is a good word for Billie Jean King.
She's done so much for the sport.
At the heart of the formation of the Women's Tennis Association. Remember, before that it was the Virginia Slims, and she was part of those group of 9 women who accepted $1 from Gladys Heldman. Originally the promoter out of Houston, I believe it was. Oh, what a shot. And that was really the start of the women's professional tour, ultimately evolving into the WTA.
All right, folks, here we go. Team Billie Jean right here up 3-1 in this game.
I think that's why you still see the players support Billie Jean whenever she needs something. They realize the impact that she's had on the game. Not only women's tennis, but also men's tennis, the entire game of tennis. We've seen Roddick try to be aggressive, which is a smart move when you play against Philippoussis. If you know that your opponent's going to try to attack, why not beat them to the net? Philippoussis maybe doesn't pass as well when he's rushed, so a good play there from Roddick, just misfired. It was also interesting that McEnroe referred to the altitude. Of course, there's altitude here in Las Vegas. I remember the great Andre Agassi, who's from here, didn't like practicing here much because the ball really flies a little bit more than it does at sea level. So what that means with these guys who serve big, the first serve comes through even faster and the second serve kicks even higher. So as John mentioned, it was a little bit difficult for him in the men's doubles. He'll look to turn things around in the mixed. Tremendous return there from Philippoussis. Really needs to figure out a way to get a break of serve. Try to get some separation here in this men's singles set, just so that the scoreboard looks a little closer going into that fourth set for Team Billie Jean. Had plenty of time, had it lined up, struck it well, just caught the top of the tape.
Well, if I did have a daughter, I was thinking about naming her Paige, as in Jimmy Page, as I hear Led Zeppelin come on her. But
very nice name. I like that.
Yeah, Paige is a nice name. But I had 2 sons, so it was all for naught. Presley's a good one. I'd stay with Presley. Trying to go big up the line. Roddick can create so much angle with that ball. Suddenly you're outside the singles lines, feeling a little bit anxious. Like, go for something big.
And he still moves very well. Covered the court extremely well throughout his career for a big server. Wow. That is just an extreme angle created. You've got to respect the heat up the tee, but Andy Roddick just carves that one out wide in the deuce side so well. So no surprise, no breaks of serve yet in this men's singles match. We knew there'd be a lot of big serves. Philippoussis having that one opportunity. Actually had 2 breakpoint opportunities. 1-3 all game. And so often we see in these world team tennis formats, it comes down to which team is most successful on the 3 all points. Those deciding points can really be what turns a match.
Yeah, and Roddick, for, as you said, a big server, he didn't give you much, did he? He didn't give you many errors. He didn't overplay.
And it's funny, having played him a lot and practiced with him a lot, he loves to practice baseline games where he never misses a ground stroke. He loves to grind it out there, and you can see that there. 2 good returns getting him back in play. Small opportunity here at 0-2.
There we go.
Big serve there for Philippoussis on the second serve as well, and directing it to the forehand side, going for a little bit more. Catching Roddick a little off guard. Knowing that last time he served to that deuce side, Roddick tried to hit the 2-hander and move forward. Smart to change up the direction on that serve.
Whoa. Huge.
A beautiful flowing motion.
Exactly. He's got the long levers, the arms that reach up so high to the ball. I mean, he's already tall. When you put the arms in the racket, boy, he's got a great angle down into the service box.
Oh, and he misses the bunny. The huge serve set up the easy overhead.
Okay, he needs it now, folks.
Seemed like he didn't quite get his feet in position. That one sailed long.
Let's hear it for.
So set point here for Roddick and Team Elton.
Oh, the volley finds the tape. Andy Roddick finds himself a winner in the men's singles, 5-3.
That was great tennis from both men. Roddick in the end taking his opportunity and seals a 5-3 victory in the men's singles.
Yeah, and this has been Team Elton John. You can see Elton saying, hey, you had to have won that. And you can see what it does. It puts Team Elton in a nice position here at 15-8. Something special is going to happen in the mixed doubles if Billie Jean's going to get the win. Let's go down to Luke.
What was the key to that set?
Great coaching. You know, this is Elton's house. He's going to coach the way he wants to coach. And, you know, I got to that deuce point where it's do or die, and he said something very, very inspirational as he throws a towel at me.
Now, when you look at this court, it's kind of tricky. We've seen some errors, but you're attacking a lot.
Yeah, it's tough. The altitude is scary. So, I mean, I think you saw Martina at the end just trying to throw anything in the court and get in, which really isn't my game. But, you know, it's not easy to keep the ball down.
No, we've been talking to a lot of the legends. You've really committed to this event for so many years. Why is this so important to you?
Well, I mean, on a personal level, Billie Jean and Elton have been amazing to me and my foundation. And I just have such belief in their friendship and the strength it shows. And, you know, you get someone like an icon like Elton John who wants to showcase a tennis event. It's a no-brainer to say yes, and I'm happy to be here every year.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Back to you, Leaf.
Andy Roddick making a nice contribution for Team Elton John. And look what's coming up next. How about this pairing? John McEnroe and Maria Sharapova. taking on Andy Roddick and Martina Navratilova. There's a lot of championships out there, a lot of #1s. Roddick giving his team 3 straight sets, but the final one's coming up next. Welcome back, everyone. A live auction was held earlier today at Caesars Palace featuring some marvelous items from the tennis, music, and sporting worlds, all going to charities. The Elton John AIDS Foundation and World Team Tennis. We had John McEnroe, Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, photographs. We had a Novak Djokovic racket.
Also, we had some great things like Sir Elton John's piano bench. And you could also attend the 2017 Grammys with VIP access. Also the 2016 CMA Awards with VIP access. So many great items for the fans.
You know, Mark, if I were you, I'd go with the Billie Jean King tennis lesson because you need a little bit of work.
I do need that.
But here are some of the items and how much they sold for. Actually, 2 piano benches, so some nice money raised there. And how about the Wimbledon Finals weekend package? What a chance to see that. U.S. Open Finals weekend package there. A tennis lesson with Billie Jean King for $20,000. That's a wonderful contribution.
Unfortunately, it's probably too late for me, so maybe I should take the St. Andrews Golf Extravaganza.
You want me to give you a lesson? I got racket back, follow through. All right, here's where we are. Final event of the night, mixed doubles. And you can see Team Elton is getting the best of it tonight. The mixed doubles, of course, featuring John McEnroe and Maria Sharapova, taking on Martina Navratilova and Andy Roddick. So it's up to McEnroe and Sharapova. Otherwise, it's going to be Team Elton.
It's important to note, if McEnroe and Sharapova can win this final set, they will still have an opportunity in overtime to continue until they tie. So even though they're down 15-8 on the scoreboard, if they can somehow manufacture a win here, we could see a little bit of overtime and some more tennis. So what a compelling matchup. McEnroe and Sharapova on the court against Roddick and Navratilova. Probably, I'd say, 4 of the greatest competitors I've seen.
Yeah, and all, obviously, I think all first ballot Hall of Famers too, right?
Yeah, definitely. Andy Roddick will probably go in next summer in Newport.
Yeah, I got you now. How about Taylor Johnson? Young American?
So we are just getting ready. John McEnroe will serve first.
We heard Sharapova earlier in her interview say that she's played mixed doubles with McEnroe before in World Team Tennis in Newport Beach. They should have some chemistry. Great close there from McEnroe. You know he's going to bring it. He knows that this is where he could shine.
Well, he said Billie Jean King was saying a few things like, we need to get going here. So he was feeling the pressure from the boss.
Yeah, this is a lopsided scoreline. We don't see that very often in this matchup. So far, Team Elton has been playing extremely well.
2-0.
McEnroe serving to Navratilova. That's a lot of titles. That's a lot of greatness.
McEnroe asking for a good tennis ball because he says Roddick hits it so hard. She missed it.
Tight call there. Maria asking John to at least Can you defend me? Can you start getting on that lines person?
I always wonder what John McEnroe's career would have been like had he had the Hawkeye system that they have in the modern game.
That's a really interesting question. You would have assumed that it would have helped him, but it might have hindered him because he was one of those guys that kind of needed a little action, needed a little subplot on the side. Needed to have that edge to really perform. Ooh, big serve there from McEnroe.
Yeah, that pretty much is evidence of what you were saying, that McEnroe can still serve so well. 57, and he's hitting balls into the corner, moving it around, got a little bit of pace.
Got to be fun for McEnroe to be out here with Sharapova as well. Still loves the game so much.
And off the top of my head, I don't think Maria's ever played a mixed doubles Grand Slam event, much less a women's doubles.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Grand Slam event.
I remember when I was still playing, McEnroe really wanted to play mixed at Wimbledon with Steffi Graf. Really tried hard to get that relationship together to play mixed there. Unfortunately, it didn't come to fruition, but that would have been mouth-watering. I think Andre was asking for a lot of money.
Well, that's a good serve.
How much is it worth it for you, John? A little 70-30 split on the prize money? John, a little bit further back on this return. We'll move forward for the second serve return. Well forward. The sneak attack. Oh, he almost pulled it off.
One game off.
Nearly had it. Well, I had a chance to catch up with John, and I asked him, when Maria Sharapova does return to tennis, would she be able to win more Grand Slam titles?
I wouldn't put it past her. You know, it's not, obviously, as you get older, it gets a lot tougher. But to me, she's one of the greatest competitors in tennis history, man or woman. So I would anticipate that when you're out of the game that long, that you're going to dig even deeper. She's only going to be 30, I believe. That sounds pretty good to me. To be able to, and you're, you know, and I think the women have a big advantage that you have best of 3 instead of best of 5. So that's going to help her quite a bit. And Serena, she's had a terrible record against her, but inspired her, I'm assuming, because she's won so many big ones from 30 on.
And
McEnroe trying to do the I formation here. You mentioned Maria doesn't play much doubles. She has no idea what John is doing in the middle of the court. Hopefully she does not hit John in the back of the head. It works. And what the I formation does for those of you watching at home, it creates a little doubt for the returner. You don't know if John's going to move to his left or to his right. Andy saw the opening up the line, went there, but John quickly moved to his left and put away the easy volley. Shot there from Maria. Leaf, some interesting comments there from McEnroe. Believes that Sharapova can get back, still young, 29 years of age.
I think one other thing that is interesting in my mind too is that I think there is a bit of room at the top of the women's game. You know, no one has established themselves except for Serena as sort of a dominant champion.
Exactly. We thought Azarenka was going to be that person this year, but obviously going to have a baby, so she'll be off the court for some time. The big thing is I think we both feel that Sharapova will get back to possibly the top 10 even further, but always been a bad matchup for her against Serena Williams.
Yeah.
McEnroe still has the hands. Just incredible. Watch how he moves forward. Here he comes. Not afraid.
3-0.
He's all over the net.
Team Billie Jean leads 2-1.
Based on that game, could we see a little McEnroe-Sharapova next year at Wimbledon, Lee?
Yeah, that could be it.
Maybe we should kind of plant that seed. That would be fun, exciting. The other thing that really stood out to me with McEnroe's comments, you see him moving forward here all over the net, was the respect he has for how competitive Maria is. One of the greatest competitors he's ever seen, male or female. That's impressive stuff coming from McEnroe. And I completely agree with those comments, by the way. We know about Sharapova's endorsements, but what drives her is her love and passion for the game. She's been so successful. She's been world #1 5 times.
And Martina still serving and volleying. So gifted when taking the ball in the air. Right at
Roddick. John's getting fired up. Tried to give a little chin music to Roddick there. A little topspin there, Lee. Huh? A little roll of the wrist.
Wow, he's evolving.
Yeah,
he missed it by that much.
Oh, Andy Roddick gets the first peg of the night. Hits Maria in the foot.
Now, was he smiling or crying?
No, I think he felt bad about it.
Okay.
Welcome back.
A full-out assault on Roddick from Sharapova and McEnroe.
(3-2).
Great hands from Roddick.
Wasn't it? How often did you say that? Occasionally.
So often.
All right, 2 games all in the mix. 17-10 in the match score. So we're poised at 2 games all in the final event. 17-10 for Team Elton. I spoke earlier with Elton and Billie Jean King about smash hits and their role in giving back.
Well, this is our 24th smash hits with Elton, John AIDS Foundation. And, you know, Ilana and I joined the board back in '92 when you started it. And it's just amazing how much the Elton John AIDS Foundation has done. You know, they've given over $350 million. And one thing that I think is really fascinating is how they're really getting governments, persuading governments to really end AIDS. And that's a real big part of the foundation besides helping the people with AIDS and all that. But, I mean, Elton can tell you more about it. But this has been a fun opportunity to to think about somebody else. It's much bigger than yourself, and to help others with the show. Elton and I are very big on.
I mean, ever since we first met, we've had this incredible energy between us. She's like a sister, and I don't know. We both have a lot of energy, and I think we both put it to a lot of the energy we have. We put it to good use, and we're always working. We're always trying to do things positively, because there's no point in being negative in the world. You just have to get this positivity out there, and look on the bright side and the good side. There's no good. We both have that energy that says, "Come on, we've got to do things. We've got to do things." We're both doers. And I love that. And when you find someone who's like you, like that, it just, it's an amazing experience.
Energy that they put to good use. You love the positivity that both of them emit when it comes to events like this, and obviously the commitment they have. Not just a part-time thing, it's a lifetime commitment to charity, to giving back.
Well, you mentioned it made such an impact worldwide, changing people's lives and doing it with so much passion.
A man who loves sports, he loves his football, he loves his tennis, and a big part of WTT Smash Hits. Oh, again, Roddick. He's had some good moments here in the doubles.
Showing tremendous hands at the net, not backing down. Good things happen when you move forward, right, Leaf?
Absolutely. Doubles, it's all about that.
Game, Team Billie Jean.
McEnroe continues to play well. Luke, who you got with you?
Well, a young American star, really the star of the show so far. Women's doubles, Taylor Johnson, young American. Tell us about your experience.
It's been great so far. I mean, this is my first WTT match. I had a lot of pressure, obviously, but it's been really fun.
Playing with Maria Sharapova, who, when she was your age, played World Team Tennis. Any advice from the great champion?
I mean, she just told me to have fun and just to be loose, and I mean, yeah, she helped me on the court.
Were you surprised when she asked you to serve first?
Yeah, I actually was surprised, but then I was kind of excited to serve first because my serve is like one of my strongest points, so yeah, I was fine with it.
What's the biggest thing you've learned just in this experience?
I mean, I've learned like how to, they're volleying amazing, like the older players, like they have amazing hands, so like I want to have hands like that, hopefully.
Well, you're a lefty, you know, and Johnny Mac, Martina, Navratilova, they love it. Back to you, Leaf.
All right, thanks very much, Luke. Yeah, congratulations to Taylor and her wonderful performance in the opening event. She really handled it well, I thought, didn't you?
Very well, and that had to be a unnerving experience when your partner's Maria Sharapova and she asked you to serve first. But good to hear the confidence that she has in her serve, and we know that's such an important component in the women's game. So should serve her well moving forward.
How'd you like that, Andy? The return isn't bad either. That's a fairly important component as well.
Wow. Maybe Sharapova should have subbed in the men's singles because that wide serve aced Philippoussis, but she was on top of that one.
Yeah, this is 1-2 to McEnroe. Just can't handle the heat.
Also, a little bit of altitude. It's tough. That ball, once it starts to get up in the air, it flies.
Yeah.
And we know that John doesn't play with that much spin, so it's a pretty flat ball.
All right, Maria's got a second serve to work with. See what she can produce.
Oh, it's a pretty good production, I'd say, Leaf.
I mean, that might be the point of the match.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. Great return. She moved forward after the return. She had a very awkward first volley, got it back, and then look at the angle she created there.
I think she's a good player.
I think she's going to do pretty good.
Oh, Roddick.
That's just not fair.
Just so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, Team Billie Jean is taking a Geico timeout.
McEnroe saying that Sharapova is going to. It's supposed to be gender to gender, by the way, in mixed and World Team Tennis, but it might be an override here.
Yeah, I think so. It's Billie Jean King's show. She can do what she wants.
Doesn't it go gender to gender?
Make it think, okay? Here we go.
Come on. Yeah. Gender to gender.
Billie Jean, tell him make Andy think. Has to be gender to gender. So McEnroe, unfortunately, will have to take it, even though Sharapova. Oh, nope, there's switcheroo in here. They faked him out. They lined up that McEnroe was going to take it. Oh. Chair umpire overrules.
Ooh,
gender to gender. Oh, that is not friendly at all from Andy Roddick. Hit the same spot on both serves. Such an accurate server. We talked about the power, but can really hit that serve. He can hit his spots so well.
Yeah, and with the spin, a little element of control there. 10 aces for Team Elton. All right, Sharapova serving to stay ahead.
One thing you know about Andy Roddick, there's no let up. He is such a great competitor, even in this format. When he's faced with a big point, he's still going to try to bring his best.
One off.
Martina, also one of the great competitors of all time. She wanted that return back.
Back to the I formation again. Successful once again. So McEnroe and Sharapova bringing out all the stops to try to secure victory here in the mixed doubles. This is an important game at 3-all. If Maria can manage a hold, they'll have an opportunity to try to break Navratilova to win the set.
And that would put them into overtime, wouldn't it? Or extended play.
Exactly. And
Obviously
it's a little bit easier to break Navratilova than Roddick. Nothing against you, Martina.
I knew they brought you in here for something. That expertise.
Incredible analysis. Oh, greatness. Nothing but greatness there. That was a drop volley with a spin move. That was pretty special.
Yeah, I thought the point was over. Navratilova came up with something incredible to save it.
Oh, and she gets McEnroe up the line.
Game point.
So once again, gender to gender. So it'll be Sharapova serving to Navratilova here on this deciding point. Wow.
Big point.
Oh, that's a clutch serve.
I have to say, we've seen some great serving here tonight. I mentioned Team Elton had 10 aces. Now Team Billie Jean with 9 aces. So good serving. These players did not have the opportunity like they normally do at tournaments to come in and practice a day or two early. A little bit of altitude here. So nice serving from all the competitors tonight. That's a lethal combination. The powerful return of Sharapova with McEnroe at the net.
Great point. Navratilova and Roddick were scrambling to stay alive in it, but just too much pressure.
Terrific point here from all 4 players. That was a terrific shot there from McEnroe, which created the easy backhand for Sharapova.
Yeah, Roddick. He has to be one of the more underrated doubles players.
Oh, he's a great doubles player. I've been fortunate enough to be on the same side of the net with him. Made the finals in Beijing, lost to the Bryans in the finals. Clearly my fault. He serves extremely well, returns well. Not extremely comfortable at the net, but he does so many things well. Still very active. He moves at the net well. To his own admission, he doesn't like to be standing still. He'd prefer to be moving.
Yeah, and I think most players would.
Yeah.
So 2 points all. And another exceptional return.
And that brings up set point for Team Billie Jean.
McEnroe's inside the baseline. Oh, such a brilliant shot.
The artistry of McEnroe prevails in the mixed doubles.
We go into extended play, folks.
So, by virtue of Team Billie Jean King winning that 5-3,
we switch.
we go into extended play. Now, the losing team, if the trailing team, I should say, is still behind in overall play, the match goes into extended play. Extended play continues until the leading team wins a single game, or the trailing team wins consecutive games and the score is ultimately tied. And once it is tied, it could be potentially a super tiebreaker. So it's a big ask. They're down 5 games.
Yeah, they'd have to win 5 games in a row to take it in that super tiebreaker. And it's going to be John McEnroe to serve. So good opportunity to possibly hold there. The tough part's going to be breaking the Andy Roddick serve, which will follow this game if McEnroe were to hold.
So here is the start of extended play.
Nice return there from Roddick, right up the middle. Nice serve there from McEnroe up the tee. Got to respect the wide serve from a lefty in the ad court. Always important to mix in a few tee serves as well.
Oh, did that catch? I'm not sure McEnroe is seeing the ball right, but he's saying that it's out.
Now making it clearly wide.
Now, just a reminder for those of you who are waiting on baseball tonight, it will be coming up at the completion of this match.
1-2.
Team Billie Jean, let me hear ya. Team Billie Jean has to win this game.
To the task at the net. Roddick making the right move there, crossing off for the low return. Roddick picking on Maria there on the second serve return. Something you see a lot in mixed doubles. The man will hit returns at the woman.
Yeah. Interesting that John McEnroe's first Grand Slam title came at the French Open in mixed doubles alongside Mary Carrillo. But he's staring down a match point now for Team Elton.
Saw Liezel Huber just mouthing to Navratilova, watch for the tee serve. Let's see if she was accurate in that forecast, and she was.
Game point.
All right, match point saved. Here's a deciding point. So still a match point, but also a game point.
Team Elton wins this
for Team Elton.
Team Billie Jean, we continue on.
Where does McEnroe go?
Team Elton.
I think he'd like to try to go out to the Roddick forehand. Could be trouble here. If you're Maria, you've got to be ready. Second serve, good chance that Roddick tries to direct this return at Maria. And McEnroe gets fired up. Great first volley. Sharapova covers down the line. It's a beautiful two-handed backhand volley. So they're still alive, Team Billie Jean. Still 4 games down, so they're going to have to figure out a way to break the great serve of Andy Roddick.
Billie still likes that song, and why not? Elton John wrote it for her, along with Bernie Taupin. Longtime songwriting partner.
Maria doing her job once again, getting that return back in play. She's returned Andy's serve pretty well tonight.
So love 2. So this is a developing scenario.
There's a lot of pressure in World Team Tennis format. Don't want to let your team down. And Sharapova moving around on the return of serve there. Roddick still able to get that high kicking second serve up.
Sharapova's quite tall, so she gets on top of that bounce pretty well. And she obviously improved her position too, getting inside the baseline. Very smart.
Johnny Mac
good.
Played the perfect point until the very end. Was able to get that backhand return in the court. And then he had the forehand. He was dipping it low, moving forward. He had it. Just clipped the top of the tape. Ooh, remember, you play the lets. Fortunate there for Roddick that went long.
Oh, yes. Here's a break point.
2-3.
All right. Team Billie Jean wins this point. They take the game and continue playing. Here we go.
That's one of his favorite plays. We saw it earlier. Could not convert. So here is a third match point now.
He went for that angle. He's been successful with it throughout the night. In hindsight, he probably would have liked to just make Roddick hit one more volley there.
Here we go, folks.
What a point to end the festivities.
1913. What a last point to win it.
Might be the point of the match right at the very end, Lee.
Oh, it has to be. What an amazing exchange, an amazing effort from all four players.
Tremendous tennis all around. Great way to finish. Team Billie Jean tried to fight back, took it into extended play, but in the end, Team Elton too strong.
Give it up for Team Billie Jean.
World Team Tennis Smash Hits presented by Citi has been brought to you by Caesars, reimagining Vegas for 5 decades. By Geico. At Geico, you have a choice of 3 ways you could save on car insurance. Call 1-800-947-AUTO, go online to geico.com, or stop by the Geico office nearest you. By DecoTurf, official tennis court surface of World Team Tennis and the official surface of the U.S. Open since 1978. And by the Citi Double Cash Card, the cashback card that means what it says. A brilliant end to a fabulous evening. Team Elton takes it 19-14. Sir Elton John and Billie Jean King are courtside with Luke Jensen.
Sir Elton John, your team came out inspired. What was the key to this victory?
Well, I just think that everyone was on form tonight, and Andy Roddick was really roaring, and Martina, of course. All the team played brilliantly, and so did Billie Jean's team. The last rally said it all. It's a pleasure to watch these people. Thank them for their time, their inspiration. It's these people come all this way to give their time, and they do it because they love tennis and they love supporting people who are sick. So thank you to all of them, and thanks to everyone who turned out to watch. Thank you, Las Vegas. You're the best. Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Leaf.
All right, some wonderful words from a great musician and a pretty good coach. He's got the edge now on Billie Jean, 13-11 in these smash hits. We'll come back and wrap things up from Vegas in a moment. Smash hits again in Vegas, and Team Elton getting it done for the 2nd consecutive year. Time now for our Caesars golden moment. It was match point number 3. 4 all-time greats playing some great tennis.
Well, it was a phenomenal point. McEnroe created that great angle, got up to this, still showing speed. Sharapova showing great movement here as well. This point had a little bit of everything, but in the end, McEnroe's dive was not enough.
What a finish to another sensational evening of smash hits. And here's John laying it out for the team, but he just couldn't get it done. What a great night of tennis, a great night of music, of charity. All here at beautiful and majestic Caesars Palace. Sir Elton John and Billie Jean King setting the table for another brilliant night of tennis. For our amazing crew, for everyone at Caesars Palace, for Mark Knowles and Luke Jensen, I'm Leif Shira saying so long from WTT Smash Hits.